to the table here. Complexity electing to go for the offensive side first here. And Kungarna will start things off on defense as we head into map 3 between Complexity Gaming and Kungarna, the team that really made a name for themselves throughout the qualifiers of the Overwatch Winter Premiere. Kungarna, and they've made it into the group stage, and they've played very, very well against some of the best teams in North America. And they're nothing to scoff at, for sure. So, as far as a defense goes, what are you seeing here thus far, David?
Right now, looks like 4 tanks.
Yeah, surprise.
Full stop. 4 tanks.
Oh, they did just switch Ajax over to Zeno, which is like a bland. Yeah, they just switched Ajax over to Zen, so it's interesting. As far as I remember, they had him on Lucio most of the time. I think this is one of the first times I've seen him on Zen.
Yeah, I mean, Zen on a hold on a first point like this is
very viable.
Very, very strong. You've got a lot of healing from Ana already. Zen isn't all, well, comparing him to Lucio is kind of a tricky thing in general, but Discord worth its weight in gold, for sure. So, with the kind of damage that you can do with the tank lineup, especially discording anything Connor J is going to get on, is just going to absolutely explode. But Complexity breaking out another Sombra attack, that's going to be 3 in a row.
Here we go. They do love this Sombra. Oh, Torque getting destroyed by Connor J right there.
He's done that spot every single time I've seen this. That Connor J just did his research.
Yeah, he knows where he likes to go.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's pretty much one of his bread and butter spots there, the Torque.
That's kind of one of those things I was talking about. Well, we got a second where maybe switching off one player away from a hero and another one on, suddenly how they play it changes, and perhaps that has more effect. But I mean, it's theory crafting not worth talking about right now. It's Complexity mounting their second defense. Torque trying to come in from the backside.
They're going to go in through the, well, he's going to go all the way up to the cafe. Yes, he wants to get onto Ajax, pumping the damage in. Ajax was caught out by himself. And you think that they kind of pair him with someone. Oh, Blam getting pulled in by Harblu as well. Complexity off to a great start on this point here. Connor J, though, he's able to get 2 for himself. In the end, gets taken down by Nicholas, and Baby Bay coming through. They come back, Kungarna, and get some kills for themselves, but it's kind of in vain here. Complexity's all over the point. They're not going to be able to get back in time to defend either, so pretty commanding first push coming out here from Complexity.
Absolutely. Complexity running 3 tanks in Sombra here, along with their own Zenyatta. Kungarna switching Ajax off of Zen, back onto Lucio. They're into the streets phase. That dynamic is going to fall apart just a little bit. Complexity also running their own Lucio, and still on Zenyatta, not breaking out Ana at the moment.
Oh, here we go, Torque coming to meet back up with his team.
I guess they don't really need it so much. Well, hold on to that thought.
Hello, here comes self-destructs on both sides. 2 have already gone the way of Complexity, and that's just about said and done for Kungarna. Complexity's going to be able to just push this card forward. Though this is good. I love what I'm seeing out of Blam there. He died on the cart, at least. And if other players on this team are going to die, I mean, you know, you got to just die on the cart, really. Oh my goodness, Torque playing so aggressive. Just, he wanted that kill onto Ajax, hunted him down. He knew he was low on health. It's gonna delay how long you know, it takes for Kungarna to get back out here and take another fight on this cart. They'll probably have one more good shot at being able to defend this. And Complexity's got a lot of ultimates to work with here as well. Oh my goodness, there it was. Yes, the EMP being used before Baby Bay could get his Graviton off, and he'll have to wait until after the EMP wears off. Shake using that Transcendence just for good measure. And Kungarna now has a lot of ultimates, but there's 3 players down on this one, and I believe, yes, Torque hunting down Ajax yet again. Complexity's going to be able to cap the second point. They are steamrolling right now on Hollywood.
Definitely looking hard to stop. They are very low in the ultimate economy, though. Meanwhile, Kungarna holding on to 3 of their own, but that's going to be a game pause.
Well,
anybody? Yep. Complexity at a disconnect.
Oh, well, I guess we'll let him get back in.
Yeah, we want a fair match here.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. One thing you mentioned after the second game that one of the best things to be doing was to get on the back line and get at the supports, and we see Sombra doing exactly that on the Zenyatta of Kungarna to start off that first point, which Connor J had a nice counter at the beginning. The Sombra being a very, very interesting play here, kind of a give and take here for Complexity on this third map.
It's been really strong for them. I mean, they've so far not just this map, but you know, even the other maps. The Sombra's been pretty great for them. They've, obviously, as you said, all over excuse me, all over Ajax towards the end of these fights. So as you can see, hopefully sending Remix to the skies.
It's like a scrap elevator going down.
That was, I mean, he just sent him up, man. That was great. So I mean, the Sombra though, it's the thing. Complexity, obviously, they've almost like patented this using the Sombra, because really none of the other top teams, at least in like tournament play, are really using it. At least in kind of the North American scene, at least.
Not as much and not as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I'm not sure if other teams like really know how to play against it. That's
well, it's interesting because like this is the concept of a meta. That the more everybody does one thing, i.e., triple and quad tank, the more valuable it becomes to do literally anything else. And so you've seen this bringing out the Sombra, this character that nobody's playing, and the answer is maybe situations like we see from Connor J, where he's like, all right, where does he go on this map? And the moment he hears that SMG, he turns around and has an instant hook. Beautiful play like that is the sort of stuff they have to be able to bring out. But at the same time, what do you do when you have someone who can turn invisible and then EMP your entire team and just completely change the fight? Baby Bay couldn't get his ult off.
And that's the thing. I mean, even myself, I don't know if I know the answers, because I mean, I don't even know if top teams really know the best, maybe the best answer to counter it. But here we go. We are right back into the game, folks. That it was very quick, and it looks like Kungarna is going to snag up 3, make that 4 in total kills for themselves.
Well, they had at least a minute to plan how that was going to go down. So.
Yeah. They had a little bit of time, so
and that's really unfortunate for any team that's on offense. So really any team that's doing well, having all that momentum dropped. I mean, that's what timeouts are used for in so many other sports and games. But Kungarna here holding on to 3 ultimates, taking it to Complexity is going to have to back off. They're sitting on 2 of their own, not too far away from a 3rd one out of Torque. But right now, Complexity, they still got 4 minutes left. They got a lot going for them.
They have plenty of time for sure. And Torque is soon going to have the EMP at his disposal, and now he's got it locked and loaded. Nicholas is going to have self-destruct, JKW with an Earth Shatter. Remix also has an Earth Shatter for himself. Ajax will have that sound barrier, which is going to be used, and the self-destruct sent on in by them. And now they are going to see Torque is going to pick up 1. Harblue gets 1 as well here. So Remix and Connor J both taken out. Things are starting to look very good for Complexity at this moment as Torque finishes off Michael. And now Kungarna needs to make one last stand here. Harblue using that whole hog. He's going to keep them out, keeping Remix from getting onto the card as he got nano boosted. Beautiful use of the whole hog from Harblue, keeping them all off it, just letting them push it in for free. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left on the time bank as well. You're feeling good if you're Complexity right now.
Absolutely. That's a good situation to be in. They probably, well, not probably, but they maybe would have brought all that home without the pause even faster. But either way, 4 minutes left on the clock is quite a bit.
Love that.
Quite a bit. Definitely enough.
Yeah, they are feeling good at the moment. That's for sure. 3 minutes and 17 seconds. See what Kungarna wants to do on the offensive side, because they are going to have a hell of an offense if they want to try and match what Complexity just put up there. So Michael so far is showing a tracer, whatnot. I probably shouldn't even go through this. I'm really wasting my breath. But
Torque Bjorn might be a thing again.
Yeah, Torque Bjorn, maybe a little.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
It seems as though it's going to
You have
be a
our
thing.
trust, Complexity.
You do.
Don't mar this relationship.
I know. Yeah, everybody in this, everybody's on thin ice right now. Don't do it to us. No.
All right, Joe Meister. He's going to be locking in Symmetra here. Torque on Torbjorn. Got a May. It's just a whole kit of things that I really hate being around. You know, if I wouldn't suggest it as a good strategy, all right, but if Harblue was Diva, it'd pretty much be the things my nightmares are made out of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
You're darn right about that, man.
It's just a lot. Now, it's kind of a shaky setup to use against a 4-tank lineup, which would not surprise me whatsoever from Kungarna.
That's the thing.
But
I mean,
if it snowballs hard.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what.
3-tank.
Well, still, it's what kind of damage do you? I mean, what kind of damage do you really have on the side of Complexity?
Symmetra, bro.
Yeah,
90-meter
that's all you need.
beam sniper.
Wow, see, that's the thing is, there's not a lot of good consistent damage here. Harblue requires charge to really put out any damage. I mean, Joe Meister, yeah, he'll be able to get some here and there, but I don't know he might be able to be dealt with somewhat easily. Torque can, I mean, for sure, pump out damage, but he, you know, it's not going to be that consistent, I don't think. You know, not as consistent as someone like a 76 or what have you. So
precision engineering. He knows it only takes one smack to put it right back where it is. That's just stellar play.
You know, we'll see if it pays off for him, my man. This is gonna be tough. Oh no, JKW gets hooked. Good bubble coming out from Harblu though. Not looking good off the start for Complexity, though, as Torque is going to fall early, but Joe Meister's able to get remixed. Michael getting another one as he finishes off Joe Meister. Baby Bay takes down JKW. Complexity fighting back a little bit, but they really have no one else around here to get on this one, and it looks like Kungarna is going to be able to take first point on the first fight. Complexity went for the gamble, didn't quite work out for them. That's the thing when you run a combo like a Torb Symmetra, you absolutely have to win that first fight.
I don't know if they were expecting a dive or what. It just wasn't enough to tank bust out of that situation. I mean, even Nicholas, as great as he is, isn't going to be able to take out that many tanks. Getting in there and freezing or anything like that. Harblu wasn't playing Roadhog, so he's certainly not going to be carrying the DPS to really shut down tanks that hard. I mean, Zarya's nothing to scoff at for DPS once she gets up there, but when everybody else is so weak, so situational, has to stay back, it's a whole lot of problems to deal with, and there it goes, Kungarna taking through the first point. They are being held in the gate here as Complexity putting up a much better fight. They've changed up their lineup. Nicholas still staying on May, though. He's getting very close to a Blizzard. He's already got it, and it just went out.
There was a Graviton used. I don't think anybody got caught inside of that one. Michael is trying to get all over Joe Meister, and he's able to take him down as well. Remix and Michael both able to pick up one there. Connor J on top of that, and Kungarna's only down Baby Bay at the moment. Connor J is going to town here, and Nicholas doing a good job. He's just going to die on the cart. Michael is tearing people apart.
Doesn't Liquipedia say Michael's a manager or something like that?
Does it? That's kind of funny, but
that's the nastiest manager I've seen so far.
Seriously, man, I don't know if I've seen a manager that can play like that.
I was looking at pages just, you know, like a week or two ago, and I swear it said something along those lines, but certainly not right now. Kungarna here holding on to 4 ultimates, because I'm going to go ahead and count that Pulse Bomb anyways. And Complexity with just 1.
Oh, Connor J getting the nano boost. Harblu got caught inside of the Earth Shatter and finished off Kungarna with a solid push right here. Great Earth Shatter out from Remix. And that will allow Kungarna to just continue to press this forward, man. I mean, Complexity, I don't think they're definitely not gonna have people out in time, and they got a lot. They got 3 forward spawns that came out as well, so they're gonna have to be careful. Kungarna knows it. They want to hunt these guys down before they have time to get back into their respawn, and they're actually going to use the nano boost onto Nicholas. He takes down Connor J, excuse me. Michael taken down as well. Even though Complexity were the ones that got separated, they win the fight nonetheless. They played it well, and they will be able to hold on here.
Yep, Complexity, nothing ready here to go on ultimates, but they are close to a lot of them. So like you said in the past, look to see them popping out in the middle of the fight. Meanwhile, Kungarna sitting on 2, not too far away from 3, 4, 5, let's call it. Kungarna looking for the right position, definitely trying to get an Earth Shatter in for my Remix, but they got to break that shield first to make that opening.
He's got it.
And it's not the right targets either.
JKW's shield is hurting at them. Oh, he wanted to charge him. Oh, JKW is the one that gets the Earth Shatter off, and here comes the self-destruct as well. He was able to get one with it. Ajax, JKW got blammed, so both supports out of it for Kungarna at the moment, so they're definitely not... I can't imagine that they win this fight, but Remix and Michael are keeping themselves in it at least a little bit. But in the end, Torque finishes off Remix. That was a fat Helix rocket.
TJO stepping up to try and save JKW, or at least make his death worth it. And I think they accomplished that, moving in here to the second point. More or less, I mean, the cart still did move quite a bit, but wasn't as catastrophic as it could be. But look at Kungarna sitting on 6 ultimates. You're pretty much going to slam dunk this.
I mean, if they can't end this right here, right now, I don't know what. But here we go. It is going to be a slew of ultimates. 5 used so far for Kungarna. They've only managed to pick up 2 out of it, and they're hanging on for the time being. Yes, Connor J gets Joe Meister. Here we go. He's just going off on this last point right now. Kungarna plowing through them there, and like I said, if you have all 6 ults like that, Complexity only had like 2 or 3. You better be winning that fight.
How about that 3-minute left Complexity cap time, though, man? That's going to be a barrier that's hard to... Oh, right. Now both of them have exactly the same amount of time for the most part. We're going to just wipe away that 10-second difference. And
good offense from Kungarna, really.
Great offense, sketchy defense from Complexity
Yeah.
on the first point at least, and a couple different times they seem to get a little bit back together on the third point, the JKW getting isolated. Some of the same problems, honestly, that we saw from Kings Row coming back up.
Well, yeah, well, this is a pretty good one here. I've been
That's
loving
been a
this.
great match, man.
Yeah, these guys still, even when Kungarna beat them in the qualifiers, they still, if I remember correctly, I mean they had a pretty good brawl between them in the maps they did play. So we'll see. It is going to be Kungarna that goes on the offense first here, and they both have just about the same amount of time to work with. Complexity seems as though they want to go with a little more of a safe bet on this one, dropping the Torb this time and just keeping Joe Meister on the Symmetra, which we've seen teams do with some pretty good success in events like MLG. So,
yeah.
I mean, we'll see. It has
Number
been,
of change-ups to the lineup, really.
Yeah, we'll see Nicholas going to be on Diva now instead of the Mei.
Instead of Mei.
And Michael will stay on Tracer, and pretty much everything the same for Kungarna here. So we'll take a look. Looks like they want to go for high ground right off the start here. They'll go upstairs and kind of posture with each other. And Michael's already trying to harass the guys in Complexity over through the alley side. They are going to drop, and a lot of ult charge starting to be built up for Joe Meister here. Really want to get that shield generator up. That's the thing. Complexity, as I was saying before, they need to win this first fight so they can get that shield generator. Joe Meister is almost on it. He's very, very close at the moment. He's at 94% right now, though. Hard Blue goes down. Michael gets Joe Meister before he can get that shield generator. This might be bad news for Complexity as Baby Bay gets the nano boost. He already shreds two, looking to shred a third. Michael cleans up as he takes down Torque, and that is just going to be Complexity wiped off the face of the planet. Kungarna getting the cap here, and that's bad news for Complexity. They're going to have to regroup quickly here. Couldn't get that shield generator in time.
That's all their hybrid map starts. They've lost the first point pretty quickly so far today, right? They've had three. Pretty much
I believe so. Yeah.
Very quickly, 3 in a row. Something that has been consistently causing problems. It certainly could have haunted them on Kings Row, but their overall performance there was just so much better in Kungarna as they were able to bring it back. But right now, they're on the fence, they're on the ropes. Things are getting a lot closer than comfort allows.
Oh, here we go. There is the Nano Visor out onto Torque. He's able to pick up 2 already. Make that 3 for Torque. He's looking for a little bit more. Again, the man is hungry. He's got to eat. But that'll be enough to keep Kungarna at bay for now. And look at that. Gets Baby Bay on top of that. Nicholas finishing him off. So Complexity, solid defense there. It's a minute left for Kungarna to try and move this as far as they can. And that's a thing for them. They just want to keep it moving, get as much ground on this payload as possible. Baby Bay, Remix, and Michael all have ults for this next fight. And there is going to be that Graviton used from Baby Bay. Not a whole lot of follow-up, and Michael actually got killed. They went for the Wombo combo. Michael couldn't get his Pulse Bomb off inside of that Graviton Surge, and that's not good for Kungarna, really, to put it frankly. But here we go. There's going to be... Well, that'll be the Graviton used and a self-destruct sent through from Nicholas. The sound barrier from Kungarna was used to try and negate anything that happened in the middle of that Graviton surge. And now Kungarna looking to press back forward yet again. Michael getting 2 and Baby Bay cleans up onto Shake. They'll be able to continue to move this one. There's 5.5 seconds left, or 5 seconds left, I should say, excuse me. But as long as they stay on this cart, it'll keep moving. And Complexity, they are going to have some ults to work with, though, once they come back out here. But Complexity absolutely needs to win this next fight.
You're right here in Complexity. They're going to try to maybe touch this second point. Are they just going to surrender it?
Yeah,
They've got to
they gotta
actually
go
try.
for it.
They have to try. And here comes JKW trying to step on the point. The sound barrier coming out of Joe Meister.
Oh, no. Here it comes. Connor J is going to kill JKW. Oh, this is bad news for Complexity. Right now, they do strike back 1, able to take him down. Here it comes. Oh, my goodness. Connor J, the right-click hero, just taking down Complexity left and right. 5 down on that side there. A beautiful push from Kungarna, and they have made so much ground here in overtime. it's going to be so tough for Complexity to get themselves into this game once they get on the offense. And Kungarna's not done yet.
Connor J, middle of that graviton, just steps back, lines up the perfect secondary air
like,
burst,
what up?
and just 2 in a row. Bang, bang, dead.
Yeah, oh, and that's devastating. Complexity had ults to work with too. They just weren't in the best position to do anything with it, and now they're going to pay. As
There's just so much distance to recover from in 3 minutes.
well, Torque has finally switched. Look at this Earth Shatter out from Remix, though. Connor J, are you kidding me? Look at this. Connor J and Remix combining to destroy Complexity yet again. Kungarna might full cap here as they've been pushing it since late in the Streets phase and overtime. Complexity's got to make something happen right here or they are going to be in for a hurting when they switch sides. And I don't know if anyone's even going to make it out to the cart yet. Nicholas desperately trying to get on and he gets there just in time. He's going to put the self-destruct down onto the cart and finally they cleared them with that. They were able to zone enough with the self-destruct. Oh, goodness me. That is a very, very good offense from
Not
Kungarna.
much of a difference between that and the full cap.
It really
Not
isn't.
much at all.
Oh, no.
Huge, huge problem for Complexity. This is match point. They have to push it basically the distance with 3 minutes.
Yep. And good luck.
That's an incredibly tall order.
That's going to be damn near impossible, but I believe.
I mean, Kungarna did it.
Yeah, they did it with
the time frame was
less
similar,
time.
but
So,
still, there were so many things that Complexity did there to allow Kungarna to get that distance, and so many great plays from Kungarna to allow themselves to get that distance. The Complexity is. Let's just hope. I guess what I could say is they're probably hoping the Christmas spirit is still alive and somebody's going to give them a gift here because
they might need one.
they do need one. There is no might here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man.
What you can see here is certainly not my car.
yeah, that's a nice ride. And did that license plate say I'm rich?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Definitely,
Not
yeah,
my
definitely.
car.
I thought you were just talking about the car in general. A very nice car.
Oh, no.
Well, either way, it's definitely not ours. Here we go. It's Complexity. It's Complexity. They need to make it happen right here, right now. It is 3 minutes, 17.
You can tell this is Hollywood. Look how these people park.
Oh, yeah.
Monsters.
Absolutely
Utter
right.
monsters. This is like my everyday life. Okay, sorry. Here we go.
I do agree with your point.
Ugh.
Here we go. It is Complexity. 3 minutes, 17 seconds to basically get to the end, though. They are just... Oh, I thought they were about to get crushed inside of this alley. Actually, Shake is going to town right now. We got Baby Bay and Remix. 2 kills for them, and this is going to rip things wide open for Complexity to try and take this first point with pace. And they will be all over it. And there's really no one around from Kungarna. Haychak's getting crushed by Hardblue there. Michael finished off by Shake. It seems like neither of these teams can hold on to the first point for really like a super extended amount of time.
Not on Hollywood, not today.
Yeah.
But Kungarna, they've generated quite a bit of ultimates in that time. Now, I wouldn't say anybody would deliberately give up the first point, but perhaps, think about this, just spitballing. All your goal is to get as many ults as possible, because the overtime is going to be happening soon. With 3 minutes left, that makes no sense. What am I talking about? Here comes Complexity trying to step on to the other side of Kungarna, but Kungarna down 3 already. Complexity's just going to roll right through the Streets phase.
Oh, Nicholas able to get 2. I got distracted by Hardblue getting like ridiculously crazy hooked there. He just like disappeared from on top of the cafe. It was like goodbye. But here we go. It is a lot of ults up.
It all just felt like overtime to me, man. I was just like one good wipe, and that's all. Wait, nope, that's not it at all.
That's the thing, these guys capped the first time around with so much
intense.
time left. Here we go. Tor goes in with that EMP, though, and there's a lot of ultimates to follow up if Complexity wants to use them. They don't even need them. Look at this. A full wipe coming out from Complexity solely off the EMP. That is all they needed. And they will be looking good. They could very well do this, man.
And who cares with EMP? For Torque, they're a dime a dozen. He's going to have one, I don't know, 5 seconds ago.
Yeah. I mean, he gets them so quick, and they still have 4 ults to work with. That's so good that Complexity didn't invest any other ultimates into this. Here comes Remix. He has got that nano boost. Whole Hog is going to be used from Hardblue. Uses Earth Shatter to try and knock down Hardblue, and there's going to be a biotic grenade on him. It really doesn't matter, though, because Complexity is getting the frags at the moment. 3 their way already, and they are going to cleanup on the rest of them. Complexity is going to grab the second point. 40 seconds to get to last.
That self-destruct, not only does it zone, not only does it push people away from the cart, but it forces the Reinhardt, the nano-boosted Reinhardt, the Ro8, to hold up a shield for a huge portion of the ultimate that's on him. It cancels out so much utility out of one ultimate. Here on the second point, and here comes Complexity. They got 25 seconds left. Can they push it the distance and beat Kungarna here in this match?
It's a thing. They need to win this, obviously need to win this next fight. Pretty much, or it's game over. And I don't know if they have the ultimates to use it. If Tor could get his EMP, that could be a game changer for them right here. Baby Bay's going to go in, just trying to wait out that defense matrix, though. Beautiful wait for Shake on that Transcendence is going to keep his team alive. It's so good that he waited for it. Here comes EMP. Do they have the follow-up on the side of Complexity? That's the question. We're into overtime. Can Complexity cap it off? 2 picks their way already. They've traded 2 for 2 thus far in this fight, and they're still scrapping it out. Someone from Complexity has got to stay on the cart. No.
What just...
No.
Did the server just crash?
Oh,
the server had to have crashed.
So sad. Oh, I am so incredibly sad. Oh, well. Well.
Wow.
I don't
a thing.
Even,
We'll have a finish eventually, and I'm sure it'll be exciting.
That was, you know, we might just get a 4th game here. We'll have to wait for an official ruling on how that'll be handled. But holy cow, you were talking about how like this was like, oh, they're only gonna have like 3 minutes to push the whole thing, and then they make it to the second point with 50 seconds left when Team Kungarna was on overtime at that point. So like, where's the defense in this game?
Apparently non-existent, I guess. So far, these. Albeit pretty good offenses, good management of ultimates.
I want to point out that Baby Bay play. So he comes in, D.Va's got the defense matrix in his face the whole time. He ends up body blocking, turning around, firing it right at his feet to actually get it to still land and not get absorbed. And the side effect of that as well is D.Va's now just wasted so much of her defense matrix trying to prevent the graviton from happening that she has a lot less to actually defend the graviton as it happens.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's a crazy situation. Baby Bay, you can just see it coming. He's starting to hop and get that momentum coming in. It reminds me of like the old CS bunny hopping days. It feels like he starts moving faster and faster, and he does it.
Come here.
And I know there is some of the right-click jumps that can do that.
Yeah, no, and the server did crash. That is the official statement there. That's not the official statement. That's what happened. The server crashed. We're still waiting on officially what that means. And it would kill me if that the game didn't matter. But at the same time, you want this to be fair. It was such a good game, and you both mentioned it. Like Kungarna on the overtime in King's Row, I think is the only time we've seen either of these teams hold anything
like
on the first
really
point on
good
a hybrid,
hold.
right?
Yeah. I don't know what it's been with these guys. I don't know. Their offense is crazy. They love playing the aggression and
it's made for great games. I'm not complaining.
This has been a brilliant game between these guys, and I am.
Would you rather see 2 double overtimes almost pushed into the third, or would you rather see 2 teams just defend each other in the first point for 4 minutes?
I will say that the full offensive games are maybe slightly more entertaining than full defensive games. Like seeing just team wipe after team wipe on both sides, it's like, what is going on?
Yeah, man. It's been a lot of fun to watch, and hopefully we get to see, I'd imagine, some sort of conclusion to something in this game.
What do you do, man?
Man, it's been brilliant between these guys thus far. I'm excited.
Certainly better than I expected.
Yeah,
certainly
really
better. I mean, Kungarna was pretty good in the qualifiers, right? But I wouldn't say that they were playing this well. And Complexity, maybe not playing their best as well at the same time. But Kungarna is certainly making some impressive plays throughout this series.
Absolutely. Really, really taking it to him. I wanted to just call out iRemix. He's someone I've noticed. I wrote up a note during game number 1, and he's just continued to reinforce that game after game. Like his ults and his conclusions, the way that they, in overtime on the final point, get the full team wipe in the second half of that game. Like it was crazy to watch the way that he always is right where he needs to be.
He's one of the big kind of unsung heroes, I think, of Kungarna, as many tank players are in general. I feel like it's, everybody likes to focus on the DPS players, the Roadhogs, the McCrees, the 76s, Tracers, whatever. But you got to keep in mind those tank players, man. And Remix was really a big part of the results that Kungarna's had today.
Everyone really. It's a six-man game, and we
Well,
saw
yeah,
we
that's
saw
true,
an MLG. I think it was it Verbo that was doing like the wall stall boops into the center point on Ilios.
Yeah.
Just tons of stuff. Some of it was Internet Hulk as well. But yeah, just everybody is contributing to some way. It'll all be interesting in its own way. I wish you could capture every single angle from everything. We'll just play, back-to-back games. So like, all right, watch it from this angle, watch it from this angle, or just simultaneous streams or something insane like that. But that, just the ability of especially characters like Ana and Zenyatta, and the effect that they can bring sometimes when you watch them from their perspective is just insane. And it's just as much, if not more, than some of the DPS characters.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we can take another look at just some of the great plays there, just like a wipe that Complexity was able to lay down on Kungarna. These EMPs, we talked about them earlier, so important in the way that this game plays out.
And this one in particular was really good and well executed from Complexity. At first I had said that they didn't use any ultimates along with that. I think they did have an Earth Shatter from JKW in with that as well, if I saw correctly. But still, I mean, very limited ult usage from Complexity right there, managing their ults well. They went into it with 2 ults. That's all they needed, EMP, Earth Shatter. That's it. And they got to save a bunch of other ults, and then that allowed them to win the next fight. So they could make sure that they got the next checkpoint and then push their way through. And that's just overall great usage of ultimates from Complexity. So we'll see how, well, we'll see how it goes if they can keep that whenever we figure it out. But
now we're still waiting on an official an understanding of what the ruling will be on whether we'll play another game or that game will stand. But there wasn't really a conclusion to that game, so what could it even mean? And just to continue to talk about the amazing play here, Baby Bay. We talked about him being a DPS player, someone that we hadn't seen playing Zarya, and he's seeming to play Zarya almost as a DPS. The amount of damage that he is putting out at times is absurd.
Oh, that's Zarya DPS is a thing, man. It's serious. It's serious business. What's like what 180, something like that?
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know the exact number,
like that,
but it's
and then Hog's
just
220.
ridiculous. Yeah, you can just pump out damage. It's
tank busting tanks, man.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see him on something other than like a hit scan DPS, because like I said before, that's pretty much all he would play throughout the qualifiers.
Similar.
Yeah, and he was. He's got that skill set. I mean, the guy certainly can do it, and he just transferred it onto that tank role, and it's working great. He's doing what he needs to do. I think he's made some really big impact plays for Kungarna so far in the match. So definitely, I think everyone from Kungarna has really kind of showed up today and made a difference in this match. So it's good to see them back in here and playing well. And I even talked to actually Michael beforehand, and I was just speaking with him a little and saying, I asked him what his thoughts were coming into this. I asked what maps he thought his team was comfortable on, and he gives me he says, we feel comfortable on all of them. We're equally good on every map. And then he also said that, well, actually, I don't want to say full quote, but something along the lines of the only way someone's going to beat us is if we beat ourselves. That's what he said to me, and he said I can say that here. So he's very confident in his team, to say the least, and that's a good thing you want. I mean, Michael's our team leader. You want that kind of confidence.
It's often true. It's often true.
Yeah, well, I mean, you also don't want to be like blindly confident either. But
there's still also, I think it's a Star Trek quote. Oh man, I'm gonna really nerd out here in this downtime.
Do it, man.
It's something along the lines of it's Picard. It's like it's possible to make no mistakes and still lose, which I don't necessarily agree with entirely in esports, as I generally feel that the team that makes the less mistakes wins, because I kind of see things backwards most of the time. But it's debatable. But hey, from a team perspective, when you're trying to hype yourself up and put yourself in the game, that's absolutely the message you want to tell your team and live yourself, because it has to be true in your mind, otherwise it's not true, right? So that idea, that's exactly it. As long as we play our game, as long as we play the best of our ability, nobody can beat us but us. It's true.
Absolutely. And these teams will have to steel themselves, because we will have an entire replay of map number 3. Only really fair way to do it, especially with how close that map was. There's no way you could just say that one team was favoring another. So we'll just have a replay, do it again, get to see some more fantastic offense. Maybe a team will develop a defense. Who knows?
Maybe we will see a defense.
Throwing shade from the corner desk here, man.
I mean, entire map in overtime. Come on.
Yeah, well,
I expect some well-crafted insults to either ourselves games, or really try and keep it to us. Preferably would be nice, because you got a lot of downtime in between matches to really work on them.
Oh, sure, for
yeah,
sure.
he's
I can
got all
try.
day. But that's good. I mean, we'll get to see it. That was a brilliant game. If only we got to see the end of the other one.
It's hard to. I mean,
still, it's
No one will ever know.
Kungarna didn't.
No one-
Kungarna didn't cap. Let's make
Yeah.
it worse. Let's talk about theoreticals.
yeah.
Kungarna didn't cap. Complexity could have capped. They were getting very close. They had a lot of momentum on their side. Who's the one that's really losing from the reset?
Yeah, no, I think it is truly Complexity who had a lot of momentum there. Kungarna, I wouldn't say that they got bailed out, but still, either way, both teams got to feel good.
Yeah.
Let's do
And
map
it's-
number 3.
It's a close spot either way. I think, I mean, certainly it's fair. Restart. Everybody was incredibly close. I mean, as fair as possible you can get when a server resets on you.
Yeah.
Or just shuts down. Or gets,
Yeah.
gets the DDoSed
Yeah.
by the infamous hackers known as 4chan, probably.
Oh man, those guys, sneaky little bunch.
State-sponsored Russian terrorists.
Well, all right.
Stick to politics.
Thank you.
Stay out of our games.
Thank you, David. Now back to news at 10. Well, we are into Hollywood yet again. We're back, folks. This is
right.
it's been a wild.
Hey, we can look forward to seeing some double overtimes again, maybe.
I hope-
Hopefully,
yeah.
honestly.
I hope it's an hour-long game. That's what I was hoping for.
Gonna break the time limit barriers.
Yep. Give
Just
me more.
make this 20-minute match extend for 2 hours. Let's do it.
Well, here we go, folks. It is going to be, gotta compose ourselves here. It is Complexity starting on the offense. We'll be replaying our third and final map. Keep in mind, we still have another game after this one, folks. So, with some other teams, though, this will be the last. This will be the last match or the last map for these guys.
Will it?
Oh well, who knows? At this
It's
rate, I
possible
don't
for
know.
it to draw, man.
Yeah,
Who knows? All right, here we go. Complexity coming around the outside with Torque, and the front side with nobody else. Just trying to generate a little bit of ultimate for Torque, setting up that EMP combo that we've seen several times already today. And Kungarna going with a 4-tank hold. Complexity, it's all looking similar to what we saw last time.
They're gonna, it's pretty much the exact same setup that they took on their second offensive pushes anyway. Here we go, Hard Blue getting a hook on, and see you later, Connor J. Yeah, Nicholas is able to get remix as well. It is a 2-for-2 trade thus far, in 3 actually in favor now of Kungarna, as Nicholas gets taken out by Blam. So it looks like Complexity is going to, well, at least for the time being, hold off, and now Torque is trying to initiate. He's going to get in onto Ajax. Gotta be translocated just in time, as Connor J was looking to get the hook off. And
That
now-
hook, man. That hook.
Oh.
You know, quantum physicists they should really just look into the properties of Roadhog's hook, because I'm pretty sure when you get into there, that's the source of quantum entanglement and, you know,
it's something like that, man.
all
It's
that stuff that just doesn't make any
holding-
sense whatsoever.
deepest mysteries of the universe. Somewhere in there. It's gotta be. But, well, it is going to be now Torque with the EMP. So that's really what Complexity was waiting for. And they're going to be going in. Yes, they will hit it. But look at that. 3 players from Kungarna were hiding inside of the house. I don't think they got hit by it at all. Still, it doesn't matter. Complexity rolls through here. They've managed to pick up 3 thus far. JKW even has an Earth Shatter on hand, swinging away, giving these guys a little pound. And now it is going to be them able to, Complexity that is, going to be able to grab the first point here. And they have 2 ultimates to their name, and actually it's just about to be 5 in total. Kungarna's got 2 at the moment, soon coming up on a couple others.
On 4 as well. They got a bang combo, they got a Roid Heart, or Diva. Usually like Nano on Diva these days.
Yeah,
She's just vicious, man.
very vicious. Very vicious indeed. And
I'm ready to initiate self-destruct.
In your face, Caleb, there wasn't the defense you were looking for.
that just Oh, I think that. Oh, yes, it did. Oh,
gone.
and Baby Bay's so hurt right now too. He's got Torque on him. His graviton got completely eaten up by Nicholas, and here he goes. He wants to send in the self-destruct, and it's able to get to Connor J and Ajax both down because Remix went down before that, so there was no shield to protect the rest of the team, and then it just snowballed from there. Complexity cleaning up on the rest of the Kungarna players around, and
Did
they
Baby
will
Bay not
continue
have
to push.
his barrier up? His
I think Baby Bay at the time was hiding all the way
He
off
took
to the
off,
right by
well,
that by the big health pack.
whatever.
So
You're
he wasn't
nitpicking at that
around.
point. It's not like he's going to make a hero play out of that position. With all
right.
that,
He'll
else
save
going on.
one person at
Save
most.
one person for 1 second.
Yeah, that's right. Well, here comes the EMP. Torque sends it on in. JKW uses that Earth Shatter too. That's such a good combo from Complexity. EMP into the Earth Shatter, and you know, no shield there, so they can Earth Shatter at will, and it is just mow them down from there on out. Shake, JKW, and Nicholas amongst them able to pick up kills. No one from Kungarna is going to be around to be able to stop this one, and yet again, Complexity is just rolling with their offense.
Looks like we're definitely going to see at least part of a repeat
Yeah.
of the last also current match, or map.
Well,
And Kungarna sitting on 3 ultimates here. Complexity with only 1. Not too far from a self-destruct as well. Remix's shield getting soaked really hard. That is a suspicious charge.
oh, yes. Where are you going, JKW?
Why didn't he pay for that? This is Remix, but why didn't he pay for
Oh,
that?
yeah. Yeah, sorry, Remix,
There's
that is.
some,
Hey.
some action going on the other side. Hey, JKW likes to do it.
Yeah.
He's certainly not a Reinhardt shy of charging for an initiation.
You can go for it. Oh, here comes Remix. Again, they were able to get hard blue, so Nicholas getting ejected. He just walks into them. And now we will be seeing Kungarna finally stabilizing a little bit here on the defense. Finally stopping Complexity, but 4 ultimates for Kungarna, and there is going to be 4 in total for Complexity as well. So we should see a relatively even fight. Here comes that EMP. Yes, they're going to go right in onto them. Hardblue getting into the back line and taking down Blam. I don't even know how he got back there in time, but Connor J did get the nano boost, did get Torque, but it is going to be Complexity. It seems as though they're going to come out on the upper end of this fight here. If Hardblue can hit Baby Bay, though, oh no, this is tragic. Oh, he couldn't finish him off. Hardblue got taken down. There was no one around to rescue him either. And that's all right. Complexity still has the numbers that are going to continue to push the payload forward. 3 ultimates up for Kungarna.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock for Complexity to push it in here into the 3rd point. They are holding onto a whole hog and a self-destruct. Meanwhile, Kungarna, same.
Ooh, Remix shredded by Hardblue right there. Michael was able to get able to take down Shake, so they do trade 1 for 1 thus far, but one of those trades was of a support, and Baby Bay goes down right after that. The JKW Complexity is going to use their sound barrier for that extra gusto to get in and try and take this round right here, right now. They still have 1:55 in total, and they are going to have an EMP to work with. JKW soon up on that Earth Shatter. Here comes that EMP. They're going to use it. Kungarna has a lot of ultimates, but that EMP's on them, so they can't really do too much about it. The frag's coming the way of Complexity right now. Michael getting that nano boost as he's trying to do whatever he can, but he gets sent out of his suit, uses self-destruct. Michael popping Nicholas right in the dome as he tries to come up the stairs as well. So 2 right back in favor of Complexity as Connor J and Blam both finished off. And it is going to be Complexity still strong on this card, though Hardblue doesn't have a whole lot left. Yes, he is going to use that whole hog, trying to finish off Remix, who is incredibly hurt at the moment. In the back, so many players here are hurt, but there's no one around from Complexity to clean up on the damage. Hardblue was the last one in, and Kungarna is going to be able to hang on 1 minute and 10 seconds for Complexity to finish this off.
I think he was trying to push everybody there off the cart with the last whole hog in order to give him some distance. I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to push far enough on 3 people spread out that far in order to accomplish that. Obviously didn't that time around, but here Complexity coming in with another EMP. Shake with Tranquility. Kungarna only holding on to an Earth Shatter. Remix is really going to have to step up to shut this push down.
EMP is going to be used. Hardblue gets that hook on a Connor J that is immaculate. Hardblue and Torque both starting it off. 2 picks for Complexity at the moment, and they are looking very, very solid here to finish this one off if possible. And well, really, Nicholas just between Nicholas and Torque, they are completely wiping the floor of Kungarna. And that will be not quite
27 seconds left.
Not quite as good of an offense as they had the first time around, but on this map. But still, they completed the map nonetheless. And these combos that came out, this replay in particular doesn't have it, but these combos between Torque and JKW on the EMP Earth Shatter is great. They get a lot of value for 2 ultimates being used, and it's a great combo that they've made work quite well throughout this series. But now it is going to be the change of sides. Kungarna will be on the offense trying to beat the time of Complexity. We'll see what they decide to go with, but will Complexity go with that Symmetra again? I mean, it hasn't worked for them, at least today, like at all thus far. I mean, they keep trying to run Joe Meister on the Symmetra defense, and it hasn't really worked for them. Do they do it again? It looks like
they're choosing no. Probably had a little bit of conversation about that internally as well. Just the overall picture. I mean, they could get away with it. I don't know if now is necessarily the time to abandon it. They are dealing with a lot of tanks. Symmetra in the right positions can do absurd amounts of damage to anyone. And with Soldier 76 able to heal himself, with Harblu's Roadhog able to heal itself, with Diva able to defend itself for crazy amounts of time, with Ana on the field, with JKW at a barrier as well, it's a comp that can be resilient enough with one healer. The only real suspect person at that point there is Symmetra. So it just comes down to who's going to play Symmetra, and are they capable of playing it at a high enough level to really keep themselves alive and positioned well and getting that same effect. I mean, we've seen a number of people do it over the course of MLG with varying results. Some people significantly better than others. I think Internet Hulk really stood out in how well he was making his work.
Yeah.
But
and it can work.
Either way, it's not on the field, so it's not worth talking about. Kungarna, already a little bit of contact here between Michael and Harblu.
Michael trying to come in through the alleyway here. And so far, Complexity running a pretty bread and butter setup. Torque on the Soldier, of good first point defense for them. Oh, Michael's just going to be strutting Harblu. He really needs to get heals right now. He's kind of running away from Shake though. He needs to stay near him. Oh, it's going to be Harblu getting taken down in the end by Baby Bay. Remix and Michael both pay for it though. Michael specifically paying with his life to try and get that kill, so Complexity is going to hang on at least. They survived the first fight. Complexity. Hallelujah. Hallelujah indeed.
You can wipe that smug look off your face, Caleb.
Yeah,
you had to DDoS the server and start it over to get what you wanted. I'm on to you.
You know, he just wanted to see someone defend.
He's a trickster.
Slippery. But now, here we go. It is going to be Connor J trying to lead things off here. Michael already able to get 2. Oh, inside of nobody's sights there, Torque. Connor J able to get the hook on top of the cafe there and shut him down. And they have been trading a bit back and forth, but so far it is only Nicholas left. He will be dispatched of. And there's really no one left for Complexity. Beyond this point, they burned some time with the defense there at least, so they'll be able to set up. Not a whole lot in the ultimate department to work with. JKW Earth Shatter, not that Kungarna has all that much themselves. Graviton coming up decently soon. But there will be a nano boost actually for Complexity here.
Yep, Kungarna holding on to an Earth Shatter. Gonna go ahead and give him the Graviton already as well. Whole Hog about 70%. Sound Barrier, similar situation, but Complexity trying to start soaking the shield of Kungarna here, getting ahead in the shield game. And there's an Earth Shatter. That's a big whip.
Harblu shutting down Michael. Remix goes down, and that is going to be, well, they trade back a couple as Kungarna comes through to get a couple themselves, but Harblu just pressing in to keep that pressure up. And Baby Bay is still there. He's low on health, melting Harblu.
That's the DPS Zarya we were talking about.
Yeah. Harblu got caught a bit far forward there, and he really had no backup with him. I think he had Nicholas kind of there, but Nicholas wasn't able to do enough in the end, and Harblu gets melted. 3 ultimates for Complexity here, all 6 for Kungarna. This is their time to make it happen. There's going to be a self-destruct going in, and 2 already for Kungarna here. We should be seeing more follow-up onto that one very shortly. There was a sound barrier used amongst, well, 4 ultimates in total really being used on the side of Kungarna, enough to let them win this fight, but Complexity should be able to get themselves back out for maybe one more fight here on this one. Actually, I don't think they are going to get everybody in time. I mean, you do see Hard Blue. Oh, Hard Blue is poking a little bit, yeah. Shut down. They tried to get back out there, but I don't think they're going to have enough gusto to really keep themselves in this one. So they go and die on the cart. That's fine. They didn't invest anything into it, and they get a reset and stall them out a little bit. So still 4 minutes and 25 seconds for Kungarna to work with.
They will also have to work with 3 ultimates, an Earth Shatter, a Whole Hog, and a Pulse Bomb. Complexity with 3 of their own, Tac Visor, Nano, and an Earth Shatter. So both teams with quite a lot at their disposal in order to enforce their particular agenda. Complexity looking to hold for 4 minutes in order to win this map. Kungarna looking to just slam dunk this in with time to spare so they can get that advantage.
Here we go, Tac Visor coming out. The Nano boosted Tac Visor, Ajax and Blam both being taken out right there. That is 3 for Complexity. Good Tac Visor. There was something I always wondered, though, with the Nano boosted Tac Visor. In that scenario right there, do you really need to Nano boost that Tac Visor? Those guys were both caught out. I think you would kill them without the Nano boost on it. You know what I mean? It seems as though everybody always boosts the Tac Visor.
I'll certainly back you up. It doesn't have to be boosted every single time.
It's certainly situational, but regardless, we do see another fight ensuing right here. There was an Earth Shatter used on the side of Kungarna. Got some players down with it. Were able to get Joe Meister, and that is Connor J. Hooked him back in and finished him off after being Earth Shattered. And 3 the way of Kungarna already. They are looking just as strong as they did the first time around for the most part on their offense. They have 3 minutes, and they are very close to capping this one out. Michael and Baby Bay both with ultimates at the ready. Ajax soon coming up on a sound barrier. And Complexity themselves, oh, here we go, Pulse Bomb combo, maybe? No, it's going. They did get the Graviton there. And there is the sound barrier finally coming out from Ajax. Oh, look at this Tac Visor in the back, though. Harblu with 3 himself. And that will just shut down Kungarna right there. And
ooh, much needed time for Complexity.
Seriously.
2.5 minutes for Kungarna. Complexity needs to burn at least 2 minutes. At least 2 minutes here.
Ajax, I think, I mean, he wanted to finish it right there. But Remix had already went down, and he went for the sound barrier. And maybe in that scenario, you know, if you're down your Reinhardt like that, you're probably not going to win the fight. Just save it.
About to be a shieldless Remix. This is going to nano charge in.
Oh, here we go. JKW, though, getting that Earth Shatter. He is going to have the anti-heals on him. It doesn't matter, though, as the rest of Complexity is just cleaning up onto everything at the moment. There's really nothing left in the bank for Complexity, but still, they are able to stop them yet again. They're buying more and more time. And much needed time.
Complexity's pretty close to a nano boost. They'll definitely get that in the next fight.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kungarna's got an Earth Shatter. Certainly going to give it an edge for Kungarna. I mean, they're not too far away from a Graviton either, but Complexity has enough. They can make it work, and they've been holding much better in the past minute at least, and they got 1 more minute to burn at least to equalize things, but 1.5 minutes if they really want to take it right now.
Remix Earth Shatter in hand. And here he goes. He gets perfect timing with it. 2 players down. Tried to charge the enemy. Reinhardt couldn't quite find him, and he pays his life for it in the end, which is not what you're looking for if you're Remix. But here we go. Kungarna. They're able to just clean them all up. Essentially a full team wipe. Nicholas is the only one left. They finish him off, and they will finally be able to get the cap. And with 1 minute and 4 seconds left in time bait, I mean, pretty good, though, for Complexity. They were kind of in dire straits there for a while, and they won a few team fights and knocked off some of that time. But
the shield break set all that up. JKW either holding on to it a little bit too long and not trying to fake the shield out. Perhaps there's a nuance to that game we missed, or just an additional amount of fire coming out onto Complexity's shield at that moment that allowed it to break. But either way, that's a critical moment for that shield to go down completely. I mean, that barrier actually broke. You could hear the call out. That's the writing on the wall right there. But time differential certainly matters. 40 seconds here on a hybrid map. Not the biggest advantage in the world.
No, but
All Complexity would have to do is mount a defense that holds for 40 seconds longer than Kungarna, or honestly, both teams could. What if this is the time when they both full hold each other?
I will cry.
And we just go into a
I will literally be so mad.
Why? We get to see more.
Man. Well, either way, it has been a brilliant game between these guys. Yeah, brilliant game. Not be mad at all.
Just itching for a result. Is that what's happening?
That's the thing, man. I need
Just
closure.
Being teased for too long.
I need closure. I've been traumatized for too long here. These guys.
Deep wounds on.
Yeah.
It hurts my soul.
No, it's been great. Oh, look at this. Going for the sneaky Reinhardt strat. Right out of the gate.
It's a risky play, man.
That is a very risky play.
This isn't Platt.
Oh no, Harb getting hooked in right off the start. He'll go down at this point. Either Complexity needs to just go in and die. They can't take a prolonged fight here and stay staggered. They need to just regroup together for one more push, and that's what's happening. They're just all dying off in staggered patterns here because they only have 20 seconds to work with. Oh, someone is so lucky they didn't get hooked right there. But that's the thing. They got to go like right now, and you really only get one good fight with this scenario. Kungarna could be looking pretty good here. We'll see. Hardblue goes down right off the start again. Connor J's got his number. He takes down JKW as well. Connor J's going off in the overtime right now, and Michael finishing off Shake. Torque trying to do what he can to keep his team in this map right now, but it seems like Kungarna could come out on top. Actually, Complexity's still got numbers here on this card. And
getting a foothold.
They are. Torque finally goes down. He was running around forever there,
but
and here comes the reinforcements of Complexity, and some reinforcements coming through from Kungarna here. Bigger shatter from JKW, gets the charge in onto Remix, takes him down. Sound barrier finally coming out from Kungarna. Ajax gets it off, but Complexity able to kite it long enough, pulling him in. What a shield onto Ana to keep him alive just long enough. As Hardblue got that hook, but they are still going at it here. Hardblue going whole hog. He's got low health, getting healed up as we speak. There's going to be a Graviton Surge coming through from Baby Bay. There's not really much follow-up here. It looks like Complexity could get this cap, and Baby Bay is quite hurt as Remix comes back into the fight. He goes for the Air Shatter, though, is going to send Hardblue to the ground, and I'm sure some others. JKW finished off. Here comes the Nano Boost onto Remix. Hardblue's got a Nano Boost as well. The anti-heals onto Remix as well. He's so hurt at the moment. Someone needs to finish that man off and take the Reinhardt out of the fight. It's the never-ending fight. On top of that, Torque is cleaning up players here. Finally, he gets back into it. And I think Complexity might be looking good right here. Hardblue, though, it's finished off. These guys will not let it die. Complexity bodies are all over this point right now, though. Everybody from Kungarna is just filtering back and forth onto this point. Baby Bay finally decides to back off, though, and just regroup with his team. Oh, and actually he dies. Never mind. I thought he was doing I thought he was just backing up. But they are going to have to regroup here. We're into overtime. Complexity gets the cap, and they have a lot of ultimates.
Certainly more than Kungarna here. Kungarna holding on to his self-destruct. Complexity with the whole hog, Pulse Bomb, Earth Shatter, and their own self-destruct. They're pushing the card here in overtime. One full wipe will end it for Complexity if Kungarna is able to make it happen. But Kungarna, they can fall several times as this match persists, but Torque getting taken out by a kind of a random self-destruct, honestly.
Oh, here we go. Counter self-destruct. Look at that. They trade off of it. Connor J gets taken down, and he's actually going to have the much longer walk back here than Torque is going to, since Torque's on Tracer. He'll be able to get back very quickly into the fight. Here comes sound barriers, both sides. Baby Bay is making something happen. And oh no, there's no one on the point.
He's so close. JKW, mere inches away.
But I still good on Complexity to be able to pull that one out and at least get the first point, a little bit of ground on top of that. Because honestly, once Hardblue went down, I didn't even know if they'd be able to make it back in time. And here you can see that's exactly what happened right out of the gate. Hardblue just getting hooked and killed. And that's the thing, when you only have a minute in these overtime, like, you just need to go and push the point like ASAP in case something does go wrong.
You have no time to waste.
Yeah, there's literally no time to waste. And in that scenario, they were able to collect themselves quick enough to get back to the point just barely, and it paid off for them. Now we switch sides. Kungarna, minute 37 to make it to where Complexity did. This is map 3 in this series. It's been a good one so far, filled with some twists and turns along the way, but we're sure glad you're here with us for it.
It's been an emotional roller coaster for Anthony here.
It has, man. I'm telling you.
Reliving past relationships.
It's very. I don't want to talk about it. Right?
All right.
Thank you.
There's so many more jokes that I want to make that I cannot. But we're going to
have
move
Overwatch to watch. Gonna watch the Overwatch.
overtime watch lately.
Yeah, really. Between these guys.
All right, here we go. Kungarna gonna match. They're gonna get their attempt here as they come out with a minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. That's how quickly time flies here on a Hollywood. Kungarna getting their first contact with Complexity, and here in the gate, Complexity getting an ice wall, and JKW getting pinned by Remix.
Oh no, that's well. Nicholas taking down JKW is going to get the kill on Remix. Complexity looking as though they should be able to hang on here, and Kungarna doing a good job of trying to, well, they still have Michael in. He actually is able to take down Shake, hunting down that kill, and that's a good pick to get. Hardblue gets taken down as well, so now Kungarna definitely with an opportunity to get in here, and JKW on the point is not in the best of health. If I saw it correctly, yes, he is actually very, very low on health at the moment. There is going to be a Pulse Bomb Remix taken down by Torque, and Complexity still holding strong on the point for the time being, though. Kungarna may just, yes, that's good. They're backing themselves off, regroup, go for another push.
30 seconds left. That's the perfect time to do it. Kungarna will have one more attempt. They do have a Graviton, a Pulse Bomb, and a Nano lined up. Meanwhile, Complexity, they're going to have to get aggressive with JKW's Earth Shatter if they want to shut all that down and not let Kungarna snowball all those ultimates all the way to the port. Shake getting very close to a Nano boost, and there it comes out. Oh, but the counter!
Oh my, that's a big Earth Shatter, and he gets pinned all the way back. JKW with the hero charge. Ajax the first to go down in this fight. Nicholas took care of him, and Torque is able to get Connor J as well. Torque getting another one. Taking down Baby Bay. Look at this. They are just cleaning house right now. Complexity, there's no one left around from Kungarna. Blam is there for the time being. There's no way he's going to be able to hang on to this one. Complexity looking as though they're going to be, oh, what a sleep dart. Shutting him down. It doesn't matter anyway. Complexity finishes it off, holding the first point, holding Kungarna, and they take the series 2-1. Man, that was quite a lot of fun to watch.
Oh man, you can sleep well knowing that game finally concluded.
Yeah.
I can sleep well knowing there's some defense.
That's right.
Man.
We're all going to have a good night's sleep tonight.
That's right. And we're not even done yet. We got another one after this.
Oh,
but right now, it's all about Complexity and Kungarna. It took them 2 games, but they finally were